What's good with y'all, man? Got y'all another banger video. Another banger video. You know, I'm at the crib chilling. I'm still doing what I gotta do. But I got y'all an interesting vid today. This vid got to deal with OVO Drake and Pharrell. If you don't know who Pharrell is, my man's a legend. Bro made Happy. Bro made Beautiful. I just want you to know. My man made some banger hits. But I never knew that he had beef with Drake until I clicked on this vid popped up on my YouTube. So I want to watch this vid. This vid's called Why Pharrell Never Respected Drake. We about to watch this vid and check this vid out together. Y'all make sure y'all follow my Twitch. Link will be in the description. I do all my reactions live on Twitch. I try to chat it up with y'all, but I be too distracted watching the vid. It'd be interesting. So y'all make sure y'all follow my Twitch. Will be in the link in the description. So we're gonna find out why Pharrell never respected Drake. Alright, so we're gonna watch this vid. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And y'all make sure y'all follow my Twitch to catch the streams live and to see my reactions live. Alright. Let me make sure I'm recording before we start. Y'all gonna see some stuff. Okay, we good. Alright, we're recording. My bad, y'all. Had to check if I was recording. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it.
To rap feuds with infamous clashes against Common, Meek Mill.
Wait, one more thing. And I have to say my intro. Money, 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 money.
What the fuck you singing?
My bad, bro.
Damn.
Alright, let's go ahead and get into the vid.
Pusha T, and more recently Kendrick Lamar. Yet one rivalry stands out for its peculiar one-sidedness, and it's his ongoing tension with Pharrell Williams. Despite Drake's repeated taunts, sneak disses, and outright jabs, Pharrell has maintained a stoic silence, never directly engaging. And their dynamic is as puzzling as it is intriguing, with fans speculating about what keeps Pharrell silent in the face of Drake constantly trying to provoke him. But what many don't realize is Pharrell's tension with Drake actually traces back over a decade, and it didn't even begin with Drake. It started—
Yeah, I want to know why they got beef, bro. Why does Drake not like Pharrell? All my nigga do is sing and make beats. This is the least nigga I would want to beef with, bro. Like, my guy Pharrell, like, he just be singing, making beats. I know he had like shoes too. I heard that he got like Adidas or some shit. Man, why you want to beef with this nigga? Is he watching this?
With Lil Wayne, and even before that, with Birdman. But to fully understand the roots of this ongoing beef, we need to rewind.
Alright,
born on April 5th,
Hang on, let me turn this down, bro, so y'all can hear me soon. Alright.
1973, Pharrell grew up in the Atlantis projects in Virginia Beach. His love for music began as he listened to old records lying around the house, which prompted him to listen to the likes of Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, and others. As Pharrell's interest in music grew, his grandmother gave him his first snare drum, and Pharrell's journey in music began. Pharrell joined the school band as a percussionist, where he met Chad Hugo, who played the saxophone. P and Chad connected instantly and began making music together.
Hey, is this guy a legend right here? Bro, somebody please explain who the fuck is this man? No disrespect to him, bro. I'm pretty sure he did. I've never seen this guy ever. He has to do some great things, bro. If he hang around Pharrell gotta respect it for something.
Nonstop. Inspired by the King Neptune statue on Virginia Beach and their roots in the Atlantis projects, it seemed fitting to call themselves the Neptunes. Virginia Beach didn't exactly have a booming music scene like New York or Los Angeles, which initially left Pharrell feeling hopeless about pursuing a music career. However, this changed when Teddy Riley moved into the area and opened a studio called Future Records, right across from Pharrell's high school. By that time, Riley had already achieved legendary status in the music industry, working with artists like Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, and most famously, Michael Jackson. To give back to the community, Riley—
Bro, this man a gold. He working with Michael Jackson? Hey, shout out Riley J. He looked familiar too, bro. Was he hanging around like Diddy and stuff? I'm not sure if he was at one of them parties, but I think I seen this man before at one of his Diddy's parties and shit. If I'm tripping, y'all put it in the comments, bro. Wasn't he hanging around Diddy or something, bro, this guy?
Began hosting talent shows at Pharrell's school. Instantly impressed by Pharrell and Chad's talent, Riley brought them into his studio, and the duo later signed with his label. Pharrell soon found himself contributing to Riley's work on the record Rump Shaker by Rex and Effect, which earned him major writing credits for his contribution. And from there, his career began to really take off. Under Riley's mentorship, the duo honed their craft and quickly became some of the most sought-after producers and writers in the music industry. They collaborated with artists ranging from Gwen Stefani and Justin Timberlake to Snoop Dogg, producing over 24 songs that reached the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. By 2001, Pharrell and Chad Hugo had established their own label imprint, Star Trek Entertainment. The label became home to an impressive roster of talent, including Khalees, Robin Thicke, and Teyana Taylor, as well as a joint venture with Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style record label, and most notably,
bro, my man Pharrell's a GOAT. Bro got his own record. He signed Teyana Taylor. He worked with Snoop Dogg. Man, I didn't realize how much of a GOAT Pharrell was until watching this. I need to watch Piece by Piece to learn some more about Pharrell, bro. I didn't know he was a GOAT like this.
Star Trek signed the rap duo Clips. Pharrell's and Chad's innovative production style was gaining serious attention far and wide, including from none other than Birdman, who wanted to capitalize on the fresh, game-changing sound the Neptunes were bringing to the table. The song, What Happened to That Boy, came to fruition as the Cash Money and Star Trek camps came together on one of the biggest songs of the year. The track's infectious production and unconventional flows from both Birdman and Clips made it an instant hit. While the track was a success, it also became the starting point for Pharrell and Pusha T's long-lasting beef with Cash Money. Basically, Birdman, who is notoriously known for being frugal with his money, reportedly never paid Pharrell or Chad Hugo for the instrumental of What Happened to That Boy. This financial slight would create the divide between Pharrell and the Cash Money camp. From that point on, tensions escalated between Birdman and Pharrell and their respective crews. This included Pusha T and the rest of Clips on one side, and Cash Money artists like Lil Wayne on the other. The situation worsened in 2005 when Lil Wayne entered the picture. He initially asked Pharrell for a Billionaire Boys Club outfit to wear in a music video, but Pharrell refused, still understandably bitter for not being paid for the What Happened to That Boy beat. Undeterred, Wayne purchased the clothes himself and rocked them in his video anyway. In the 2006 Smack DVD video, Wayne even doubled down by rocking Bape, another brand Pharrell had deep ties to through his friendship with Japanese designer and owner Nigo.
Bro, for real, why you ain't just give Lil Wayne? I know you had beef with Birdman, but this Lil Wayne, bro. Why you ain't just let him get some clothes, my nigga? He ain't got nothing to do with what you and Birdman had going on, bro. See, I don't understand that, bro. Like, if you friends with somebody I got beef with, and I don't know you, bro, I'm not gonna have a beef with you too. See, like, for real, you what, bro? I'm gonna make a bold comment, bro. You acting like Drake. Any person that's friends with Kendrick, Drake act like he can't fuck with him or something, bro. You feel me? Like, bro, you feel me? I ain't got nothing to do with y'all. I like both of y'all. I'm cool with both of y'all. I ain't got no problems with none of y'all. And that be making it bad. Like, bro, we all gotta. Why can't everybody just be neutral, bro? Why can't I just be neutral, be cool with you and him? That's something I don't get, bro.
But off, Wayne flaunted his all-Bape look on the cover of Vibe magazine to continue getting back at Pharrell. The feud escalated musically in 2006 when Clips and Pharrell responded with the track Mr. Me Too. The song took direct shots at Wayne, with No Malice delivering the cutting line, "Bite the style from the shoes to the watches," and Lil Wayne didn't hold back in his rebuttal. In the now infamous 2006 interview with Complex, he dismissed Pharrell outright, saying, "Who the f is Pharrell? Do you really respect him? That wore Bapes and y'all thought he was weird. I wore it and y'all thought it was hot. Come on now." Then walked around with that looked like you. Y'all thought he was crazy. If I did it, y'all gonna think these are killers. After
dang, bro. See, this is why he should have just let Lil Wayne get his shit, man. You should have just let Lil Wayne rock it, bro. Now he making your stuff look like swag, and I ain't gonna lie, Lil Wayne kind of did make it look like swag, bro. Like, look at him, bro. He rocking the Bape. And then I see Pharrell looking like a TOS boy. He looking kind of zesty. My guy Lil Wayne was really rocking this shit.
Dissing Pharrell, Lil Wayne continued a beef that was already 5 years old. However, Pharrell never officially responded to these remarks. Understandably, Clips defended Pharrell, but the beef would be dormant for a couple of years until a newcomer entered the industry.
What?
Drake and Pusha T's feud is one of hip-hop's most storied rivalries, marked by years of subliminal shots, direct disses, and moments that shook the culture. However, not many people know it was a part of a larger beef between Pharrell and Cash Money, because after Drake signed to Cash Money Records and was deeply loyal to his mentor Lil Wayne, he found himself inheriting the beef with Pusha T. Push set his sights on Drake and the track
Okay, so it makes sense why he don't like Pharrell. Lil Wayne, Drake was signed to Lil Wayne, and then Pusha T was signed to Pharrell. So then that's why them two had beef. And that's why Drake don't like Pharrell. Making sense. Because Lil Wayne don't like Pharrell because he ain't let him wear his clothes for a music video. Then Pharrell dissed Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne wore the clothes, then dissed Pharrell Oh, it's making sense. I'm understanding this bitch. Okay, we'll keep watching, bro.
This track built on Drake's own Dreams Money Can Buy beat after Pusha felt Drake subbed in with this line. In the song, Pusha fired multiple shots, including a jab at Drake's lyric writing and a critique of his unwillingness to confront Kanye West and Jay-Z directly. The rivalry continued for a while, with sporadic shots traded between the two on various tracks from 2013, but the beef reached its boiling point in 2018 when Pusha released Daytona. The closing track, Infrared, reignited the feud by accusing Drake of relying on ghostwriters. Drake quickly responded with Duppy Freestyle, which, as we all know by now, prompted Pusha T to release arguably one of the most brutal diss tracks in hip-hop history with The Story of Adidon, resulting in Drake's first public L. But this
I ain't gonna lie, I remember this. And was it Pusha T the one that exposed Drake too? I think he was the one that exposed Drake of him having a son, and he act like he ain't have no kids or some shit. I ain't gonna lie. Damn.
This is where things start to get interesting, because 3 years on from Drake's 2021 feud with Pusha, after the passing of Virgil Abloh, Pharrell was named the new creative director of Louis Vuitton, and this didn't sit well with Drake. During a transformative period in his career, Pharrell launched one of the world's first online auction platforms, which he named Jupiter. The inaugural auction, titled Son of a Pharaoh, was a tribute to his father, Pharrell Williams, and featured a curated collection of items that carried monumental significance in hip-hop history. Among the pieces up for bidding were several iconic chains from Pharrell's time in the music and fashion industries. These included his billionaire Boys Club pendant, a symbol of his groundbreaking clothing brand, his NERD chain, representing his legendary music group, and even a solid gold Sony PSP. Before the auction,
this is some swaggy shit. My man had some pieces, bro. Hey, if I was rich, I would have brought the PSP. Fuck all the chains. I want to play the game and feel like I'm for real. That's the only thing I would have brought. I don't think I would get the chains, though. It's just, chains don't fit me, bro. I'm not a chain type of guy.
Artifacts were displayed in New York City on October 15th, 2022, before being sold later that month. Pharrell announced that the proceeds from the auction would be donated to Black Ambition, an initiative he founded to support Latinx and Black entrepreneurs, particularly women. And thanks to this noble cause and the incredible value of the items up for sale, the auction was a massive success, grossing over $5.25 million, most of which came from an anonymous buyer. Shortly after this auction in 2022, Drake and 21 Savage dropped their collaborative album, Her Loss, which included Drake's solo track, Jumbotron Poppin'. In early 2023, the music video for the song sparked controversy as it prominently showcased Pharrell's iconic jewelry and auctioned items. From start to finish, Drake flexed these pieces, making it clear—
Whoa, what? Hang on, wait. Drake brought the pieces? What the fuck?
Pharrell's iconic jewelry and auctioned items. From start to finish, Drake flexed these—
Bro, he brought the PSP in the chains, bro. Oh, he used that to diss Pharrell. That's insane. Bro, these niggas still beefing? My nigga, he showed these items just to diss him.
Pieces, making it clear he had purchased nearly every notable chain from the Son of a Pharaoh auction. The video was filled with shots of Drake flaunting Pharrell's chains, a move seemingly intended to taunt him, and despite his deliberate effort, Pharrell chose to keep it classy and not respond to Drake's antics. Later in 2023, Drake took the rivalry further on the track Meltdown from Travis Scott's album Utopia. This time, Drake dissed both Pharrell and Pusha T with the lines that made his intentions crystal clear. "My schedule is out, come spin us, for real. Man, forget all that spinning the narrative stuff. I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss. Give a damn about all of that heritage stuff." Now, Drake obviously doesn't hold back here.
He really going in. When Drake I don't realize when Drake beef with people, this nigga don't stop. He gonna keep going. He brought Pharrell's shit and flexed it on the nigga. Damn, bro. Did he diss him? Let's keep looking.
With fans speculating that his emphasis on the words "for real" was a subtle nod to Pharrell, especially since he immediately launches into a diss aimed squarely at Pusha T. Drake taunts Pusha by referring to the jewelry he bought from Pharrell's auction, mocking Pusha T by calling Pharrell his quote-unquote boss. And since Pusha T was signed to Pharrell's label Star Trek early in his career, Drake uses this connection to demean both Pharrell and Pusha, diminishing the significance of Pharrell's jewelry by threatening to melt it down, a statement underscoring how little he values Pharrell's legacy and heritage tied to Pharrell's contributions to hip-hop. But Drake didn't stop there and followed up with even more jabs, delivering lines like, "Since V not around, the members done hung up the Louis. They not even wearing that stuff. Don't come to the boy about repairing some stuff. Don't come to the boy about sparing some stuff. You lucky that Vogue was suing, cause I would have been with the Wasses in Paris and stuff." Here, Drake laments the passing of Virgil Abloh and takes aim at Pharrell, now the creative director at Louis Vuitton, insinuating that the brand has lost its edge under Pharrell's leadership. He even loosely threatens that he would have shown up to Pharrell's first Louis Vuitton show in Paris with the Was Gang, a Toronto street gang. However, due to his legal battle with Condé Nast, the media conglomerate behind Vogue, he didn't have the time. A settled lawsuit happened after Drake and 21 Savage launched a fake.
Crazy, bro. My nigga, he really was dissing these niggas. I didn't really know they really had beef. He dissing Louis Vuitton, Pharrell's brand, and all this. Man, Pharrell gotta be a billionaire then. This nigga got record labels, Louis Vuitton. He got all this shit. He gotta be a billionaire. He running shit, man.
Press campaign for their album Her Loss, which included parody content like a mock NPR Tiny Desk, SNL performance, and Vogue cover, which Condé Nast sued them for copyright infringement. Unlike Drake's typical subliminal disses, this verse is a blatant attack on Pharrell, leaving no room for misinterpretation. The tension also placed Travis Scott in an awkward position, as Pharrell produced and co-wrote the track Love, featuring Kid Cudi on Utopia. Additionally, Pharrell and Travis had recently collaborated on the song Down in Atlanta. Still, despite Drake's repeated provocations, Pharrell refused to respond, maintaining his silence and composure. In 2024, Kendrick Lamar returned
I bet you Pharrell finally said some shit when Kendrick buried Drake. This is the only nigga that buried Drake was Kendrick. He won this beef, but Drake is still the better artist though. But in the beef wise, he won the beef. He buried Drake. He buried this nigga. This had to be the moment he responded
to the spotlight with a show-stopping verse on Metro Boomin and Future's We Don't Trust You. On the track Like That, Kendrick teased his reemergence, but it wasn't until Drake dropped Push-Ups that the gloves came off. Kendrick fired back with his first direct diss track aimed at Drake titled Euphoria. In it, Kendrick spits, "I don't like you popping stuff with Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef. Yeah,
Whoa, I didn't even know he did that. My nigga mentioned Pharrell in Euphoria? I didn't even know he defended him. This is crazy. I'm learning some shit.
Forget all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. You better off spinning again on him before you think about pushing me. Here can."
I didn't even know he said this. Bro, this music industry is very crazy, bro. Why can't everybody just get along, bro? But that's crazy.
Kendrick shows his loyalty to Pharrell, making it clear he's stepping in to defend him after years of Drake's taunts. By saying he inherits the beef, Kendrick draws a parallel to how Drake inherited Lil Wayne's feud with Pusha T. The Pushin' P line works on multiple levels, referencing both the Gunna and Future hit Pushin' P and Pharrell's nickname, P. Now, at this point, this feud has drawn in some of hip-hop's most influential figures, with Drake, Pusha T, Pharrell, and Kendrick at the center of a battle that blends legacy, personal grievances, and creative rivalries. But Drake wasn't done, because on his diss track Family Matters, using both his lyrics and the accompanying music video to deliver a pointed response, Drake dropped the line, "You want to take it for Pharrell? And come get his legacy out of my house." This was a direct jab at Kendrick, with Drake essentially taunting him to retrieve Pharrell's possessions and quote-unquote legacy, now in Drake's hands following.
I remember. So he's basically talking about him buying his auction shit. Come take it away from me since you want to step up from. Take it away from me from my house. Oh, man, this is interesting. I'm learning some shit that I never knew. I like this video. I like this.
The Jupiter auction. It's a sly remark, implying that if Kendrick truly wants to inherit Pharrell's beef, he should have stepped up and purchased the items himself. In the video, Drake reinforces this sentiment by again prominently displaying Pharrell's iconic chains, which are worn by his longtime accountant, OVO Juju. This visual flex makes it clear that Drake is claiming ownership of Pharrell's legacy, at least in a material sense, and doesn't intend to remove his foot from his neck. Kendrick responded decisively with 2 back-to-back tracks, Meet the Grams and Not Like Us, which effectively destroyed Drake
Bro, he destroyed him with Not Like Us. It was over.
in this beef and shifted the narrative in Kendrick's favor by the early summer of 2024. These tracks continued Kendrick's strategy of exposing Drake's alleged private misdeeds and casting doubt on his public persona. Pharrell, who had remained silent throughout this feud, finally broke his silence indirectly. Just weeks after Kendrick's diss tracks, Pharrell released Double Life, a song from the Despicable Me 4 soundtrack. While the track was written for a children.
Who the fuck? I ain't gonna lie. Who the fuck still watch Despicable? I ain't gonna lie. Despicable Me 4. If you grown as hell still watching Despicable Me, you need to stop. If it's not a Shrek or Toy Story, we not watching that. I remember when that movie came out. I didn't watch that movie. If you watch that movie, take this L in my pocket. Go do something with your life. That was an enormous L. Fuck wrong with you, man?
children's movie, the lyrics raised eyebrows as they seemed to address many of the issues Kendrick had brought to light about Drake. The song contains lines like, "Hey, what are you hiding? What are you doing when you're gone? Your life, double-sided, two-faced like coins. What side do I get? What side are you on?" These lyrics were widely interpreted as Pharrell calling out Drake for leading a quote-unquote double life, with Pharrell basically questioning Drake's authenticity, suggesting he isn't the person he presents to the public. The track continues with, "Some of your dirt has come to light. Why were you speeding up that hill until the brakes come off? And someone saw you in a fight. Am I right?" Here, Pharrell seems to acknowledge and confirm the rumors Kendrick exposed. The chorus alludes to Drake's jet-setting lifestyle and suggests that his reputation is now hanging by a thread. "You got cars to drive, plenty of jets to fly. When will you arrive? You're running out of time. Don't you see that everything's on the line?" Considering Pharrell's history,
I did not know he dissed this nigga. He dissed this nigga in a kids movie song though. That's kind of weird. He's the first nigga I learned that he dissed this nigga on a kids movie song. Bro, imagine you responding to a nigga on a kids movie song. What's good, Warwick Sagan? Watch this interesting vid. He dissed this nigga back on a kids movie song. The fuck? That's very interesting, bro.
Maintaining an almost monk-like demeanor, Double Life stands out as an unusually pointed response. P's response, delivered through a song for a children's movie, aligns with his ethos of non-confrontation while still addressing the situation in his own way. And
that's what I'm saying. He even said that's kind of player. Imagine you don't give a fuck about this nigga. You diss him on a kids movie is insane.
Whether intentional or not, Double Life added another layer to this decade-long feud, and it's a move that perfectly encapsulates Pharrell's ability to respond without compromising his reputation for peace and professionalism. Pharrell Williams is a man of many roles: a creative director at Louis Vuitton, a key partner with Adidas, the founder of a skincare line, an advisor to Nigo's brand Human Made, and he's still a prolific music producer for artists across the industry. His ventures span far beyond music, even including a unique biographical collaboration with Lego to create a movie about his life. With so many business partnerships and creative endeavors, Pharrell has mastered the art of maintaining a clean track record and preserving his relationships. And this was on full display during a recent GQ interview, where he accepted the award for Fashion Designer of the Year. When questioned about his reluctance to address controversies, Pharrell offered a thoughtful and philosophical response. "Silence is an exercise. Allowing your work to speak for you is an exercise. Being okay with the fact that most people are going to miss it. Being extra okay with the fact that the people who don't miss it, who decide they want to act like it was their idea, they're going to get very loud about it, and they're going to get the credit for it, until some of the real sleuths out there will be like, nah, here go the receipts, and you wait on that, but you stay in silence. You don't say nothing. As Pusha says, if you know, you know." Later during the interview, the discussion—
That man Pharrell's, I know he got cheese, bro. What's this nigga net worth? Let me look it up on my phone. Like, I know he got at least 500 M's, bro. He gotta have at least 500 M's, bro. Cause he's a 250 M's. Bro, my man got cheese.
Question turned to Drake's purchase of Pharrell's iconic jewelry during the Jupiter auction, and when asked about the sale, Pharrell downplayed its significance and dismissed any personal attachment to the items. "You never realize how much all the stuff you have weighs on you, but it does. You don't know until you get rid of it. The muscles in my back, now they work without straining. When you let that go, man, you feel so free." At this point, when the interviewer pressed further, referencing Drake's purchase, Pharrell's response was remarkably calm and concise. Here, Pharrell continued to project an air of indifference, even calling Drake a quote-unquote fan and highlighting his obsession for hip-hop memorabilia. At the heart of all of it, he's a fan of music. He's a fan of the history of what it is, and I happen to be a part of that, and those artifacts are a part of that. Now, Drake's fascination with hip-hop history is well documented. He was once an active member of the Neptunes online forums in the early 2000s and even spent $200 on a microphone signed by Pusha T, a subtle nod Pharrell seemed to allude to. And when the interviewer brought up Drake's disses on Meltdown and Family Matters, Pharrell's lack of concern remained steadfast. And then he was rapping about melting the jewelry down and saying, "Come get his legacy out of my house," and all that stuff. How did that strike you? It didn't. When you let things go, a huge part of it is actually letting go, not just of the physical item, but letting go of your connection to what it's supposed to mean, or the memory. That was the purpose. Despite Drake's repeated attempts to be—
So he didn't even give a fuck. I guess it's how sometimes you can win a beef without even saying anything. Make the other person look goofy. Dang, bro, that's insane.
Pharrell remains unbothered, focusing instead on his broader legacy and responsibilities. It's a sharp contrast to Drake, who has long been known for holding grudges, petty remarks, and sneak dissing throughout his career. Meanwhile, Pharrell has faced far bigger challenges in his career, from the Blurred Lines lawsuit with Robin Thicke over Marvin Gaye's intellectual property, to his recent legal fallout with former Neptunes collaborator Chad Hugo. Pharrell has navigated controversies with grace, even under public scrutiny or facing animal rights protests at his shows. He's consistently maintained a mature and composed demeanor. Pharrell is a married father of 4, and this kind of beef seems to be something that he's too grown to deal with, whereas Drake seems to have an age problem as he continues to navigate getting older but clinging on to his youthful lifestyle. Ultimately, Pharrell's response, or lack thereof, speaks volumes about his priorities. While Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar have taken Drake head-on in lyrical battles,
it's like this man don't even want to diss you. He don't give a fuck. This man more worried about his businesses than going back forth with somebody. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out Pharrell, bro. I like this video. Like, this video was long and I learned a lot. I didn't even know he was dissing Pharrell in them times when he was dissing Kendrick. I didn't know a lot of stuff. But I'm going to give Pharrell, I'm going to give this a W. This whole vid, overall, a dub. No bullshit. I fuck with it. But y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to see you guys in the next video.